up, nerds? We're going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 8 of The Flash, Legends of Today. This is Flash Talk, and I'm Michael. This is Dylan. So, Dylan, what did you think about this episode overall?
I think this is the first time we get to see a real a start of a Justice League. But
right.
To start things off, Vandal Savage.
Right. He comes. So he was apparently a stowaway on some boat. He's coming to Central City because he is intrinsically linked, I guess.
Through a internal tether somehow.
Right.
To Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Right. And he ends up in Central City because that's where Kendra is, Hawkgirl is.
Yep.
And he flexes his muscles a little bit by saying he does this Houdini thing. So the guy says
with the
handcuffs.
The handcuffs.
He supposedly has handcuffs on him, and he's just like, no. Savage says something like, no, they're on you. And he looks at his wrist, and he's handcuffed. And he's like, what are you, Houdini? He's like, no, I taught Houdini that.
Yeah. So this brings into question here. We have another guy who, sure, that's like a simple sleight of hand or maybe an escape trick, but some of the things he does and references makes him seem a little magical, maybe.
Right.
Will some of his powers be magic? Do you think?
I don't know.
Or do you think he's straight grounded into, just using weapons and just tactical? Like, he's just been around a long time, so he knows a lot of art
He's just
forms.
very skilled?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what is his... you would know better than I. What does his, comic history say about that?
So it would be more of a just, I've been around forever, so I know more of a... I'm tactical. I know... I've battled with the Chinese armies, Alexander the Great. I've been around, and that's kind of cool because he knows all of these different things, and he has learned and taught a lot of the greatest leaders that have ever lived.
Right.
And so really, he's been behind the puppet master through all of history.
Right. And so, as we know, and there's been a trailer out for a while for the Legends of Tomorrow, which sort of gives a little bit of more background onto Vandal Savage, and that he has done the impossible and conquered the world. Is that right?
Yep. So a couple iterations or different versions of stories have Vandal Savage be the supreme ruler of Earth, and I do believe there is a version of that in the Justice League animated series, an alternate universe where Vandal Savage takes over Earth.
Okay.
And which is cool, fun. He's a really good villain when you do him right.
Right. And so he's after Kendra. Apparently, this is a two-parter. This connects over with the Arrow episode that premiered the following night, Legends of yesterday. This one was Legends of today. And so he's linked to Hawkman and Hawkgirl because he has been, I guess, since ancient Egypt, he has been, I guess he has to kill them every time that they are reincarnated.
Every time he kills Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Shira and Prince Khufu,
right?
He gains power of some sort, arcane level or whatever it is. However it deals with, I don't remember how it explained it.
It has something to do with an Egyptian god, and when there was a meteor shower, they were killed in the meteor shower. But I guess Hawkman and Hawkgirl were somehow bestowed with this reincarnation ability, so they keep reincarnating, and they are forever linked with
them,
with Vandal Savage.
So it's cool. That's cool. An interesting way to do it. Very straightforward with the Vandal Savage being kind of linked to them. However, it still obviously gives you that ability to have him go take over the world, or because he can kill them and then just keep taking over the world.
Yeah, and as we find out, eventually Hawkman makes an appearance, and he sort of swoops in and grabs Kendra because he has been doing this.
Oh, during the her and Cisco.
Right.
Yeah.
She's talking to Cisco, and he just kind of swoops in and grabs her. Eventually, in a really cool fight between Hawkman, the Flash, and Green Arrow.
Okay, yeah. So that fight.
Yeah, Green Arrow and the Flash are able to work together and take him down, at least temporarily.
What did you think of that fight, though?
I thought it was awesome. It was what did he do? Flash ran away, and then he ran back at him. Or no, he was coming to the fight. Hawkman and Green Arrow were already in the fight, and Hawkman is able to pick him up, the Flash. And, And so Oliver shoots an arrow so that when he drops the Flash, he can just grab it
and slide down.
Yeah, just grab onto it, zip line back down to the ground. Yeah.
I think it was kind of lame how they used Flash's super speed lightning throw to take out Hawkman, because first off, if we're gonna believe Hawkman's formidable and this badass warrior, especially with that nth metal, that's not gonna be taking him out.
The throwing lightning at him?
Yeah.
Why not?
He's not gonna be knocked out for good. He's gonna get back up. I feel like that's just not gonna be.
Well, it's a TV show, and B, he was knocked out, and not for good.
Right.
You know, they were just long enough for them to be able to contain him. And so they get a bit more information on their past, and they've been reincarnated 207 times, and been killed 206 times.
And you can see Cisco get jealous a lot too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
there's that whole finally it's his girl, and
there's a whole love triangle going on. But what did you think about the subplot going on in this episode, Velocity 6?
Okay, so when they said Velocity 6, I got confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what's Velocity 6, Velocity 9? I kind of thought, what you were thinking, more of the downgraded version of what will become Velocity 9 in the show.
Right.
I thought Velocity 6 was really, really cool, especially when we got to see Jay Garrick use it for just a moment when he vibrates through Wells' chest.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's very concentrated and he has to focus, and it's only so little of a...
It wore off pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's kind of crappy. But it was cool to see that's potentially, will this be the way that Jay gets his speed back? And is this the way I'm hoping that Wally West is going to end up getting his speed? Yeah.
Well, quick teaser for next week's episode, or I guess it might be this week as of this recording. Wally West is going to make an appearance, though it's not going to be a speedster. I highly doubt that.
Not yet.
But yeah, so in the comics there is this Velocity 9, and Wells in this episode said that he had tried 5 times to make this serum and failed, and so thus Velocity 6.
Yep.
So I don't think Velocity 6 is the final form, like you said.
No.
And he's going to try a couple more times.
I definitely believe there's going to be a couple more variations, or Velocity 7, Velocity 8, Velocity 9.
Are you worried that this is just repeating sort of the storyline of the Mirakuru stuff?
No.
And just creating a bunch of people with this
I think it's a cool, mirrored version of it. In a sense where it's like we just have another drug that can make people enhanced, and I like that. I like when you can have a drug that makes people metas, and
yeah, at least temporarily.
Yeah, especially like next season we can have these guys running around who have super speed. It doesn't have to be as fast as the Flash, obviously, but they can just do spurts of speed. And that's gonna be kind of cool to see. Maybe him take on 5 guys with super speed. Like, oh, you can't catch us all, and then he catches them all.
Yeah, exactly. And so since this was like a 2-part story that crossed over with the Arrow episode that followed, if you guys want to catch our reactions to that, you can go and find that episode right here at the bottom of this page, and we'll put a link to it at the end of this video. I thought this was a really cool episode.
Yeah, it's
naturally the crossovers are some of the best.
This whole as a whole, I loved both these episodes, and I think they did it really well. So definitely check out Arrow Talk in the second part of this, because so much to talk about.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more background.
It gets so much better too with the second episode.
So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been Flash Talk. So go check out Arrow Talk to get our full reaction to it. Thanks.